Hello, everyone. Welcome to Jewel Talk Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everyone. And I hope everyone had a great start of the week. And today I will be talking about distractions. Distractions is something that we all encounter, maybe on a daily basis. Distractions are things that happen in our lives to get our attention. It could be our children, our spouses, our friends, co-workers. It could be the car, something in the house, or anything like that. It's just a distraction. And we have to learn to accept that in life, several things can happen at more than one time, and we have to learn to deal with things that one distraction shouldn't take our whole focus. And that way you will learn to balance distractions so that you can still function. We can't allow distractions to just stop us in our tracks that we are not able to function. And that is a bad distraction. That is something bad when a distraction comes and you cannot function at all. So we have to learn that life is full of distractions, and in life things are going to happen, and sometimes more than one thing happen at a time, and you have to learn to deal with multiple things. And we know that women are multitaskers, and we can deal with several different things at a time. Not that we like to do it, but we are just born that way. We can deal with different things like that at a time. We have distractions that are external and internal. External distractions are, people and things, as I said. People desire our attention. People will do things and act out and, say things just to get our attention. You got people that'll provoke you to get your attention. They'll just say things just to see if they can bait you into a conversation, or people just like talking to you. And it's not that they mean any harm. They just like talking to you. And it could be a distraction if you have something else to do. So it's going to have to be a balance there. Internal distractions can be your emotions. If you're not feeling well, or if you are worried about something and you have anxiety, or you are an emotional eater, or you just sleep when you're stressed, or, if you're just sad on the inside. And we have a way of just covering those things up, and people don't really know how we feel because it's an internal distraction, and our mind is in 1,000 places. Like, people be talking to you and you're just not focused. You be like, what you say? Because you're distracted by your own thoughts. You're distracted by the things that are going on inside of you, and those are internal distractions. And we can't allow distractions to keep us off our goals and our destiny. That's what distractions are there for, to keep you from reaching those things. And it's a balance. And I'm not going to say that it's easy, because it's not. It's not easy. It's like you have to set your goals. That's why it's important to really write it down. I will always say, I remember it. I'm not going to write anything down. I remember it. And then I just had to just realize, girl, you can't even remember why you walked in this room sometimes. I'd be like, what I come here for? So I really had to start writing my stuff down. I have so many notebooks. I have a notebook basically in every room, because I have a thought and I just write stuff down. And I have sticky notes places. I have a dry marker, and I just write on a mirror in my bathroom, because I have 2 mirrors. And I just write stuff down. I don't mind writing stuff down, and we have to write stuff down as a reminder to us, so that we will stay focused and don't get distracted by different things, because the world is full of distractions. How many times have we got on Facebook just to look at something, and next thing you know, a whole hour has passed? It's a distraction. In some things, especially if it's not feeding into a positive place. How many times? Now, I'm a binge watcher. I love to binge watch TV. Netflix, Hulu, Prime, you can hang it up. If I find me a series, I will watch the whole series. But I set a time for my binge watching, because I know how I am. I know what my distractions are. So I'm like, okay, I did it this past Saturday. I was like, okay, this is me. I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to binge watch TV. And I looked at a whole series and it was like 8 hours. And I was like, I'm good. I set aside time for that because I knew that's what I wanted to do. It was a distraction for me doing other things, but it really wasn't a distraction because I planned for it. So if you're going to have good distractions, plan for your distractions so that it'll be a good thing and not a bad thing. It won't work against you. And the thing about, like, you want to make sure that when you're doing things that you don't be so busy that your distractions can be deceptive. Because sometimes if we're working on something, our goals and our dreams and just trying to get better at something, and when it gets hard, we'll just be like, it's getting too hard, and we'll get distracted by, be like, oh, I can work on this, or I can do this, and that's an easier thing. So we'll start targeting the easier thing, and we'll be like, well, I'm busy, I'm doing something, but you're taking the easy way out and doing something. Everything in life is not easy. And if you always pick the easy thing, you're really not going to have anything worth having. And you're always going to be longing for and watching other people and envious of other people because they have something that you want, but you don't want to do the work. It's work in doing and having something, and you're going to have to do it. If it was easy, everyone would have it. It's work in that. It's work. You have to do the work for it. So don't let the deception of an easy distraction have you doing stuff that your goal is not benefiting you in your goal. And then you have to respect others. People have, things that they are doing that they don't tell you about. Just because they have free time, it looks like they have free time. Don't try to occupy their time because you say, oh, you got an hour or two. Do this or this. Be respectful because they may have to be working on something, but they just don't tell you. And that's their private stuff, So be respectful. Let's support each other on working on our goals and stuff and not be invasive on people's time, because time can be a distraction if you don't have it, so let's be respectful of that. I just think when we go into this thing as we move forward, to make sure that our distractions, we know them, we know ourselves, we know how easily we can be deterred from something. And I think it can be a benefit if we know and we can build on that. But the most important thing is to write your goals down, to keep check on your goals, and make sure you're aware of your distractions, because distractions are easy to do. You can just sit there and just do nothing. I had to find myself just getting up because, like times where I'd be just sitting there, it's like my bed be just like, just come here and sit right here on the edge. And then the next thing you know, it just be like, just lay down right there. And then next thing you know, just go ahead and put your head on the pillow. And then I'm asleep. So I have to make sure that I'm up and being busy and having people in my life that, hold me accountable so that I don't allow my distractions to take me off focus. And you have to be supportive of people and keep them accountable to their goals. So when you speak things and be like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, people ought to say, well, you remember this and you remember that. And you have to be careful that who labor among you, because the same people that would distract you would be the ones that tell you 10 months down the road, I thought you was going to do this. I thought you was going to do that. The whole time they distracting you and watching you walk away from your purpose and your promise, but they're not telling you anything. They're just looking at you. And it's not that they don't believe that you can do it. They just don't want to see you have anything. And you have to make sure you know who is for you and who is against you. And it's just some people are like that. They haven't got to that revelation that they can have it too. So in your going through the rest of the week, think about the things that distract you and, purpose in your heart that you're going to focus on removing those things that distract you. Just say, this week I'm not going to be distracted by this. I'm going to set my goals and I'm going to achieve it. It's a one day at a time thing. You're not going to be like, I'm going to just remove all my distractions and I'm going to do that. It don't work that way. It's a one day at a time thing. We all can make improvements daily. You don't change everything about you in one day. It's a daily process because we got here over time. We got our habits, we got the way we do things over time. So it's going to take time to change, but as long as you have it in your mind to change, you can change and get around supportive people. And don't let distractions keep you from your goals and your dreams and your destiny, because we're destined to be great. We're destined to have great things. People are waiting for us to do great things. I think about all the great things that we have inside of us to share, the testimonies, just the conversations. People, long to hear us talk to them, and we have to be ready to talk to them and share with them, because people love us as we love them. So get ready, y'all. Get ready to remove those distractions and be ready to share with people the great things that God is doing for you and with you, so you can show them how to walk in their purpose and their promise without all of the distractions. So do not be distracted this week. And if you do, just put that on your list for next week, to not be distracted. Have a great week, and I will see you back here next week on Jewel Talk Tuesday. Bye.